couple of years ago, I discovered she had been cheating on me with her friend's husband.
She's moved in.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reading Am I the A-Hole Confessions. This is
Alana.
And this is
Oh.
For those who don't know what Am I the A-Hole Confession are, it's basically a sub-thread thing on Reddit where people basically tell us their stories and let us judge them, the people on the internet, to see if they are in fact the ones in the wrong in their story. So the tiers in which we're judging people by is number 1, am we? I said am we? Am we the a-hole?
Are we?
Are we looking in the mirror? That's like, are you me? Is that me? You just made the exact same decision that I would make. The second one is, okay, we can defend you. That's basically, we defend you in your choice. Whatever you did, we approve. We probably wouldn't do it ourselves, but we agree with the choice that you made. The third one is, you need more brain cells. This is like, sort of from a neutral perspective. I get what you did it, but I think you just need more brain cells. The fourth one is, psychiatrist. This is like, do you need psychiatric help? You still have a chance,
It's
but
just not looking good.
it's just not looking good. The final one is a lobotomy is calling your name. You need a full factory reset. You need this thing inside here to get recalibrated.
Yeah.
Is there anything in there though?
Probably not. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Am I the a-hole for refusing to lend my car to my younger sister? My younger sister recently got her driver's license and has been asking to borrow my car frequently. I let them use it a couple times, but each time she brings it back, there's barely any fuel in it. Fuel is getting really expensive for me, and once even with a small scratch. Oh, I tried talking to her about it, but she didn't really take it seriously. Last weekend, she asked to borrow it again for a road trip with her friends. I refused, explaining that I needed the car and that I wasn't comfortable lending it to her for such a long trip, and in case anything happened to it, especially given her track record, she got upset and mad and accused me of not trusting her and being overly protective of my car. She hasn't talked to me since, and my parents are saying that I should be more supportive. I feel like she should get a job and save up for a car just like I did. But do you think I'm being too strict? What do we think? I think that you're not the a-hole. Like, this is your car that you obviously said you bought with your own money.
I agree.
And your sister doesn't fill it up after
And
she uses
the scratch.
it. And the scratch. And then she also wants to use it for a road trip with her friends. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And she's also said that she needs her own car. She needs her own car. It's not an available car.
No, I agree with that.
I feel like we're looking in the mirror.
Yeah,
I feel like it's your car, your property, your everything.
Am I the asshole for making my boyfriend's mum cry because of a petty rule? Okay, so me, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 24 male, have been together for almost 2 years and live together. Wow. His mother is very involved in his life. Some may say overbearing, but I try to be respectful. She's nice, but has this way of like pushing boundaries while acting like she means well. So the issue, I have no shoes in the house rule.
That's so
my
fair.
boyfriend is cool with it. All my friends do it, no problem. But his mum refuses. She claims it's rude to ask guests to take their shoes off, and that makes her feel disrespected. I tried explaining that it's just a cleanliness thing, but she won't budge. Last weekend she came over, surprise, surprise, walked in with her shoes on. I very politely, I swear, I said, oh, can you please take them off? She kinda huffs and he's like, you're really gonna make me do this? And I just stood there waiting. She sighs dramatically, takes them off, and spends the whole visit sulking. Then later, I got a text from my boyfriend's dad saying I made her cry and she feels like I'm trying to assert dominance over her son's home. Our home, actually. My boyfriend is on my side, but his parents are acting like I've disrespected the Queen of England.
Oh my god.
So,
Yeah, but she's dead though.
am I the asshole for standing my ground on a very normal rule?
No. This is like your property.
I think that she's
Don't
your
marry
dad.
him. Don't marry him. Hard
Yeah,
luck,
low
of
key.
course.
Yeah. That's like, yeah.
Imagine the wedding.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a
She's gonna be a hater.
Mother-in-law Zilla.
Yeah.
She's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, so we're calling for a breakup.
I think you're up here.
Yeah.
It's like your property, your rules. I feel like she doesn't have to say, like, if she bought the house. But even then, it's like, that's your house. Like, this is just your house rules. Like, if you were to do the same for her, she would also flip out. So, you know, have it reciprocated, I guess.
Am I the arsehole for causing this family fallout? Okay, I, 18 male, have recently been the cause of a family fallout. Almost 3 years ago, I was going through a rough time. I was having a lot of mental issues and me and my mum were working through it together. Along with my mental issues, my father had recently passed away.
Aww.
I was never close to my dad's side of the family, only seeing them on holidays. So when they started reaching out to me, asking to make plans, I was confused. To me, I hardly knew these people, blood related or not, and it felt like the only reason they were reaching out was because I was the only piece left of my father. I'm an only child, by the way. I ignored them. choosing to focus on myself and get the help I needed instead of talking to people I hardly knew. While I was in hospital, my grandma was diagnosed with cancer.
Aww.
I didn't know it at the time, but when I was released, I was immediately informed by my mother and the swarm of messages from my father's side. When looking at the messages from my cousins/aunts, they were all angry at me, yelling at me for not reaching out to my grandma when she was obviously going through something rough. I tried my best to explain why I didn't, but with all the accusations, I grew so angry, and so did my responses. I will admit, I was disrespectful in my responses, and when I added into the group chat with them all, I got even angrier. They started accusing my mother of things, saying she didn't raise me, and I needed to care more for my grandmother, who did raise me, which was blatantly untrue. I added my mother to the chat, and a big argument broke out. Both sides ended up saying rude and disrespectful things to each other, and we didn't speak for months. Since then, I had apologized and gotten threats from my cousins, who at the time, he was 21, and got blocked by her mother. They wouldn't show up to holidays if I was there, and every time I tried to reach out, I was ignored. Most recently, my cousin had moved away into a new apartment, and while I originally thought that this had nothing to do with me, my grandma had taken me to her place without telling either of us. She had originally told me that we were going out to lunch for her birthday, so imagine our surprise when I showed up to a new apartment. Ooh, jeez. Another argument broke out, my grandma defending me and my aunt and cousin yelling at both of us. I had had enough and left, going outside to sit on the bench and collect myself. A few minutes later, my cousins came out, standing in the front of me as I sat on the bench. We spoke for a bit, more like a tamed argument, and came to the conclusion that she would never speak to me again because I hadn't apologized yet. I tried to tell her I tried. She was the one who blocked me and never showed up to family events. In my mind, how could I have ever apologized? At this point, I didn't even want to, so I didn't. She stormed away and I hadn't spoken to her since. My grandma, along with my other aunts, have cut the both of them off, my cousin's mother included. Am I the asshole here?
I don't know. I feel like you're sort of more brain cells. And I feel like you could have maybe handled some of these situations better. I don't know, just being a little bit more emotionally intelligent. So I don't really blame you on that. But then you also have to like take in consideration that the dad died, and that obviously is like really hard.
It's traumatic.
Yeah.
I think 3 was like in the middle, you know?
Yeah. And like maybe you just didn't have enough support from everybody. Everyone was also going through a rough patch because everyone was affected by the death. So like I sort of get, like I get everyone thinking, but I think everyone just needs a bit more brain cells and like just So I don't think you're there. That was a long one. That was a really long one.
Yeah, that's like a little essay.
Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay alimony to my cheating ex-wife?
Oh, what's it again? Yeah.
What is actually an alimony?
Why do you say an American accent?
Alimony, also known as a spousal maintenance, legal form to. Oh.
What
so
is
it's like what do we call it? Like if you break up, it's like you split it 50-50. Is that what it is? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. So it's basically like the amount of money you have to pay to the other person. I met my wife in my early 30s. She was in her mid-20s at the time. I was already well established and had made a significant amount of money working as what's a quant? A quant? As a quant and investing my savings diligently. She on the other hand had never gone to college and was content working for basically minimum wage. So when I met her, we clicked instantly. And I fell head over heels for her. We get married and move in together, and soon after that, we have 3 kids. When we were expecting our firstborn, she told me she wanted to be a stay-at-home mum. Obviously, I was jealous, but I went along with it since it seemed logical. So she spent the next 20 plus years as a stay-at-home mum taking care of our kids while I worked 12-hour days. And then some. I'm not demeaning stay-at-home mums, by the way, but in the context of our marriage, she had an extremely easy-going lifestyle. A couple of years ago, I discovered she had been cheating on me with her friend's husband. Divorce, obviously following. Not a girl's girl. Oh my gosh.
No, she's for the bin.
The only major asset we had in the US was our house, which was a premarital asset. We had a shared bank account, but since I'm a finance guy, I handled all our investments and for tax reasons invested it abroad in my home country. Now, if we had just grown apart or she said she was unhappy, I had no problem paying what's fair. But the fact she cheated on me is what makes me resent paying her a cent. So in the divorce, she's awarded half of our investments made during marriage, less than 90% of which are abroad in my name, along with alimony for 20 years for 30% of my pay. Wait, you're telling me that if I get paid like $500, she's gonna take 30% of it for the next 20 years?
That's pretty much tax.
So here I am, given an opportunity to get out of this entirely by moving back to my home country and never looking back. So I sell our house as fast as possible, move the money abroad and move back to my home country, while stringing her along about why it's taking so long to liquidate our savings. Once abroad, I immediately stopped alimony payments. Now she has no legal resource, I've double checked with the lawyers, and is left with her share of the small amount we had in the state. My own children are split on this. My son is on my side 100%, while my daughters are 90% on their mother's side. I figured it would be interesting to see what the opinions of the people here.
She cheated, she's a whore, he's in the right.
I agree with that.
I agree.
I literally, you're such a baddie. You literally took up legal stance. That doesn't make sense. She never really made much money. So why would she get 30% for the next 20 years? That's what I'm caught up on. But at the same time, Sarah and her mums do work really hard.
No, 100%,
and so
but then
it's
you go and cheat.
Yeah.
Okay, that is true. That is true. That is crazy. How can you cheat on the person that's basically feeding you and
I know.
taking care of you and your kids?
How can that even thought come into your mind? I could discuss
and not even that, the fact she did that with her friend's husband.
That's ill. That's disgusting.
That is crazy. Imagine if I cheat with your
Ew,
husband.
and imagine seeing that girl as well and being oh hey.
That is crazy.
No.
But here people are saying that he's the asshole. I don't think you are.
No, he's
and the fact that she moved abroad, you're such a baddie. You just said bye to her and just leave her alone.
Yeah, no, that's no.
Let's see what people's opinions are on this, because he was rated as an asshole, which I completely disagree. I don't know what this means. WTA.
You're the asshole.
Oh, you're the asshole.
And that's why I love
even if she cheated, this isn't about feelings at this point. This is about. So the idea of an alimony for the stay-at-home spouse is that they raised your kids, foregoing other work. It doesn't matter that she was working for a minimum wage. She gave up opportunities once you had the kids. She didn't save for retirement, because if someone is a primary caregiver, the idea is that the spouse who works outside of home care of retirement. Now that the marriage is over, alimony fulfills your obligation to pay for her.
Well, I get that though.
I do. Okay, I get that. Look, if she cheated and she straight away came out and said, look, I cheated, I'm not having this relationship, I want to end it, then I'd be you know what, you told me straight away, I get that.
No.
But then also...
Yeah, no, she was just she was just living her fantasy life while I was still
literally, while stealing money, wow. I think I could defend you. I think we're defending you. We're defending his choice. We're defending his choice. I don't think I would do the same. I don't know what I would do, honestly, in this situation.
Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my boss's assistant he only has his job because he's sleeping with the boss? Okay, so my boss is a dirty old man. Everybody who works under him is aware of this fact, but he doesn't harass anybody. I actually consider us friends. The last assistant he had a pretty obvious affair with, and she ended up telling his wife when she quit. And he told me his wife told him that he couldn't have female assistants anymore. His new assistant is a bloke, but pretty obvious they're all having an affair. His assistant is pretty young and generally very polite, but he's awful at his job. You ask him to do anything and he manages to screw it up. My boss has him working as my assistant for this project and I'm in charge of, and he has not done one thing right. Not only does he always make mistakes, but he takes hours to make them. I asked him to do something very simple, and instead of actually doing it, I heard him crying in the men's room. Obviously if he has issues it's okay to cry, but this is getting in the way of my job. I sent him on the intern level of getting me a coffee and he got my short order wrong somehow, and then he managed to spill it on my computer.
Oh my god.
He apologized profusely, like he does every time, but I told him that he can't just apologize and expect everything to be better. Seeing as he's not sleeping with me, he asked, what? Why do I say it like that? And I told him it was the only reason he had the job. He walked away after that and I realized how unprofessional I was being. I don't think he'll say anything, but I'm certain I can get fired for saying what I did. I told one of my co-workers and they told me I just said what everyone was thinking. But I think that there are some things you shouldn't say, even if they're true. Am I the asshole?
No.
I don't think okay, are we bad people, guys? Because all of these were just agreeing with you. I agree. I don't think that you are, because
no.
I don't know. That's really interesting.
I can too.
Okay, we can defend you. I feel I don't know. This is a really tough one, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm 100% with what this person said. I think you're number one. I think I'm looking in the mirror. You wanna know why? Because this man has a wife. He's cheating with his wife with these assistants. And not only that, he's also DL.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And why is his wife okay with him cheating in the first place? He told me his wife told him that he couldn't have any more female assistants. That's crazy. I agree with the ending, how she said that. I think that's what everyone was thinking. I 100% agree with that. I feel like that's what 100%
She just spoke the mind.
She spoke the mind, yeah. Wait, in the mirror, or are we defending you?
I can too.
I reckon defending, yeah. You know what, maybe I can defend you.
Yeah.
I feel like what you said was definitely unprofessional, but at the same time, in the context, he spilled coffee all over your laptop. And I'm probably assuming that you need your laptop for work, or else you wouldn't really be on it at work. So, I feel like you said it out of rage, so I feel like I can defend you. Yeah, we can defend you.
Okay, guys, listen to this. Am I the asshole for killing my boyfriend's cat? What? My boyfriend, 30 male, and I, 27, I guess female, have been together for just under 2 years. For this story, I'm gonna call him Steve, and the cat...
2.5?
And the cat
Maybe that's how old
Sock.
he is? 2.5
Sock.
years old?
Why would you call the cat Sock? Okay, I don't like Sock. Steve adopted Sock before we got together. What? Okay, we dated for 8 months before moving together. I never had pets growing up, by the way.
Sorry, continue.
I've never had pets growing up, by the way, but I was excited to cohabitate with Sock.
You're kind of silly.
It's
kind of silly.
He's kind of silly, clumsy, and not the smartest. Even though Steve adopted Sock and has raised him since he was a kitten, we basically view him as our cat. We alternate on food and litter expenses.
Ooh.
Okay, but if you're just dating, just do a shared account, okay? Forward to 3 months ago.
She read that. That's
Sock.
crazy.
Forward?
Yeah.
Fast forward. To 3
Oh, fast
months
forward,
ago.
okay.
Fast forward to 3 months ago, Sock started throwing up all the time and not eating very much, if at all. I took him to the vet and was told that Sock must have eaten a string and it's tangled up in his intestines.
Oh,
I immediately called Steve in tears and I told him that Sock needed surgery and it wasn't going to be cheap. No pet insurance because we can't swing it. The alternative was to put Sock out of his misery. Steve was super adamant about getting the surgery, so we decided to split the cost. Sock seemed to be fine for a while, and then his vomiting started up again 2 weeks ago. I took him to the vet again, and you guessed it, another fucking string. I called Steve once again, and he wanted to do the surgery, but I couldn't do it this time around. The vet also said we could wait to see if Sock passed the string on his own. A couple of days went by, with Sock just being in complete agony. He would sleep all the time and be super groggy from pain meds, and still not eating. Or vomiting? What?
Vomiting, probably.
I'm vomiting, guys. I actually feel like vomiting. Steve isn't home as often and doesn't have to deal with the vomit in his bed. We have separate bedrooms because my sleep sucks and I like my space. So you're basically not dating. Anyways, Sock prefers to sleep with me and just generally prefers me. Okay. Mama instincts. After a few more days of that, I told Steve that I couldn't take it. Sock was suffering. Steve basically told me that if I took Sock to be put down, it was the same as killing him. What? I scheduled the appointment anyways. I told Steve when it would be happening and I asked if he wanted to be there. He refused. I went alone. Held Sock's little paw and he went to kitten heaven.
Oh.
Now Steve will not speak to me. Our friends are involved and they're pretty evenly split. Some of them have called me heartless and also presumptuous because Sock isn't even mine. I started to feel guilty. Since everyone is asking where the string comes from, I clean our space frequently. I'm usually the one sweeping, emptying garage dishes, kind of giving up and asking my boyfriend to help because he uses ADHD as an excuse to be messy. Oh, this adds a little bit more layering. This is another reason we have separate bedrooms. Steve works in theatre and does a lot of wardrobe stuff at home.
Honestly,
Yes.
yes.
No.
Yes, I feel like you are.
It's just an animal, we'll get another one.
I feel like you are in a hell. Let me explain.
Jokes.
This is not your cat.
Yeah.
It's not your cat. Like, imagine if I went to Bella and I said, I'm putting
But
it
we're
down.
not together, so it's different.
It's hypothetical.
If,
Like, just say you guys are
okay,
dating.
big this out.
If
If killed Bella, then I'm coming for his whole family.
Exactly. You are the a-hole. You are the a-hole. Because you said that he has ADHD.
He literally adopted it. Go adopt another. It's fine. And I'm joking.
She's not joking.
She's not joking. I think you need a psychiatrist. I feel like you need a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Because, okay, yes, this cat was, what is it? Yeah, this cat was sick. But then also, mind you just paid so much money for this surgery. So, like, why do you want to put it down?
Yeah, exactly.
If you just paid so much money.
All that waste.
All that waste of money. Like,
Yeah.
he just became a liability. And then obviously it's probably going to cost money to put him down again.
Exactly.
So, I
Should have
like...
just killed him the first time if you're gonna do it.
Literally low-key. And the fact that he literally choked on another string. The first one was a string and then he did it again on another string. Like this, it's like the cat's fault, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, so who is...
Fate decided.
Fate decided it's destiny and...
Why do you have
like,
a string in the house?
that's a
Yeah.
real question. And like, it has to be like a big piece, right? Or like, your cat's like you dumb, not gonna lie. But I feel
Let's
like...
put the cat in the bottom.
You know what? The cat's the arsehole for
Yeah.
swallowing that string. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it should know better. It learned it's like should have learned its lesson, you know?
Yeah, the first time around, bro. You literally got your organs cut out for this and now you just did it again.
What
Like,
if he's not... Okay, but hang on. Because
Yeah.
they're broke and they like split the food costs, what if the cat's low-key hungry and he's like, oh my god, it looks like pasta.
Oh.
Let me munch. Let me
Oh.
munch. Because he's not fed well.
But I don't know, and also the fact that you guys don't sleep in the same bedroom is a bit
Yeah.
iffy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
So,
that's. I mean, each of their own, I guess.
literally, everyone's pretty ranked high up on the tier system. I feel like a lot of these people actually aren't as bad as I sort of expect them to be. Like everyone has reasoning.
Yeah.
Like everyone's pretty. Well, unless we're really
But
bad
then,
people.
unless if like they're kind of trying to like twist it, you know,
To
like
make it
they're
seem less.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, well, they want to out themselves.
That's
Yeah.
so true. Wow. That's it for
Thank you for watching
this video, guys. Today.
That concludes it.
If you got it this far, put a
foot emoji.
put a foot emoji, guys.
Ew!
But yeah, that's it. Please do whatever you want with this video. You can like it, you can comment it, you can subscribe. I really up to you guys. And if you like this, if you would like that part 2, obviously let me know, and we'll see you in the next one. Also, guys, I'm bold.
I love it.
I'm sacrificing but that it hurts to swallow for this burger. Like every single swallow, like it feels like someone's like gone with a knife. And like I can't move my neck.
Gonna feel it tomorrow.
You guys are so cute. Oh, you're so cute with your PJs. I like how it's violent.
Okay, good joy. I already ate my food on the way because I didn't want to wait.